Alright, because I felt like posting this, let's take a look at my data center, I guess. That's what you can call it. I don't know. Data center, home server, whatever. So, this is all passively cooled. I just leave the door open in here and just let it cool automatically. Luckily, there's a vent right up there, so it's just on the other side of this wall. Anyway, Unifi Dream Machine. I believe that's 6 or an 8 terabyte hard drive in there. I do run Unifi cameras. US W8 or something. Basically 10G. Oh, I'm sorry, it's a 16 port switch. Yeah, 10G 16 port switch. 8 of those are SFP, and I'm sorry, 12 are SFP, and 4 are RJ45. I try to run just plain RJ45 adapters because, to be honest, most of my equipment is just regular RJ45 cables, so it's just not worth the extra hassle. I do run DAC cables for the main equipment though, so that feeds straight into the gateway. And then the gateway also feeds directly into my 1G switch. So I do have a 1G switch as well. It's just a straight 48 port 1G switch with 10G uplinks from Unifi. And then I do have a PoE switch. It's a 24 port PoE switch. And it's just a standard Unifi switch as well. Nothing special there. Gigabit. And then the patch panels are kind of future expandability. I don't like to have cables kind of hanging down here. So all the cables that come into the room go into the patch panels and back, and then patch in to the switches. In fact, I do have cables running into the room. I'm in an apartment, so unfortunately I can't run in the wall. So you can see the green running in is, or one of the whites running in is actually my internet. Green running is from this. I have some static IPs that I purchased from my ISP. The green is my primary internet. One of the whites is another server I have exposed. So the green runs straight in through there, no patch, because it's internet and it's right there, so, you know, no need for a patch. So, yeah, there's that. And then that yellow there is the uplink straight down from my PoE switch. Because I felt that one, since it's a 1G, I didn't want it to take up any 10G slots. So it goes straight to the router. Plus my AP is powered straight through that. So I wanted to kind of cut out some middleman complexity there. Moving on. So this level, I have a couple different NASs. So this one is a DS1819 Plus. It is called Jupiter. It runs my media. So all my media runs off of it. I'm not going to say what's on it for obvious reasons. Back here we have Saturn, and that runs all my virtualization. You see it's got a lot more activity. It has a 10G card in it, whereas well, it's a 1817, so it's expandable. It has an actual 10G card in it. So it's actually handling all the virtualization. All the VMs are hosted on it. Whereas Jupiter, it does have a 10G in it, but it only has 2 ports. So not as big of an uplink. So yeah, couldn't get really as much as that. And, you know, I have more disk space in Saturn, so there is some actual thinking going on there. These 2 servers are exact mirrors of each other as far as specs go. Can't remember the processors off the top of my head, but I know the RAM is 192 gig. So those 2 are both running vCenter 6.7, I believe. Whatever the latest was as of about 8 months ago. ESXi managed, or I'm sorry, vCenter managed. They're running ESXi, and I do it with vCenter still because, to be honest, if it's not broken, don't fix it. And I like vCenter. I know that other vendors are coming out with some good stuff, and I will eventually replace vCenter, but for now, I'm just sticking with it. These 2 are my virtualization cluster. They run all of this from here on up, runs night and day, 24/7. Down here, that is a, what the hell do you call it? Philips Hue bridge for some of my IoT devices. On that side, you've got little Venus, and Venus does Archival, so some of my oldest data. It's got some of my oldest data on it. I still go into that from time to time, so it does go into low power mode every once in a while. Not right now, though. That is Mercury. Mercury handles backups. So Veeam, my new Mac has Time Machine. My Windows PC, I'm sure, does backups to it. I can't remember exactly how often its backups are. But, yeah, that handles my backups. I've got 3 UPSs. I don't know why they're throwing error codes, because I just replaced their batteries like 5 months ago. I'll have to figure that out. But I've got things snaked into the UPSs. I've got an R720 that is spec'd for the 3.5 inch, and an R720 that's spec'd for 2.5 inch. Both of those are off right now, not being used. I'm thinking of bringing one of them back online, probably the 3.5 inch, for moving my Chasm cluster over to, but I don't quite need it yet. And then back here in the back, Elite Desk is a 64 gig RAM machine. I think it's a Core i5, a few generations old. I think it's an Elite Desk 8345 or something, but it is mainly used for digital archival and forensics intake. So if I want to do forensics on a disk, I pull it out and I hook it up out here. Otherwise, it stays there, and I just come in, plug a hard drive into it if I need to, run everything remotely. This is a T440, and it has maximum amount of RAM, and then a 16 gig of RAM, a Core i5, a 1 terabyte SSD, and it runs Ubuntu server. It is a remote Docker build host. That's all it does. and that's the only reason I have it. It was just sitting around, and I needed something that does remote Docker builds because I'm running a Mac and a Windows for various things. So I just got it up and working, and I use it for remote Docker builds. Just simplifies a lot of my workloads. So, like I said, it's all passively cooled, so don't have to worry about any of it. My internet situation is a single 1G uplink. Like I said, static IPs. I only needed one, but my ISP provided 4, which turned out being good because I do have an extra server I host for somebody that is exposed. So, yeah, that worked out great. So I have 2 left I can use, and I do have some projects in mind for them. I might add another internet line just for redundancy, but I don't really need it right now. But yeah, that's my home lab and network setup. Hope you guys like it. And if you've got any questions, just leave them as comments. I'll try to answer them.